the Orange Bowl. You got Georgia and Michigan. Stetson Bennett's going to be the guy. Todd Monken comes out, said Stetson Bennett gives them the best chance to win. Why? Part of the reason you're playing Michigan, you got David Ajabo, Aiden Hutchinson, they have athletic defensive ends. Stetson Bennett, a little bit better athlete, former walk-on, maybe not the arm, but a better athlete, better runner than JT Daniels. Wouldn't shock me if JT Daniels gets some run in this game. They find a way to slide him in and utilize his ability and his talent to find a way to get a win. Wouldn't shock me at all. But Stetson Bennett, not the biggest dude in the world, but he's a gamer. He's athletic. He has a good feel for running. That's something that really can't be taught. So that's big. And then the X factor. I talked about it for Michigan in the last episode. Blake Corum, his home run ability, getting George Pickens back. He missed a week, had some COVID stuff. He was out most of the season with injury. He was a huge producer last year in the Peach Bowl against Cincinnati. They're going to need him to have a big game against Michigan. He is going to have to be someone that can stretch that defense. He has the capability. He has the talent. He has the skills to be able to do it. He's going to have to step up. Stetson Bennett's going to have to find a way to get him the ball. But I guarantee you this, Stetson Bennett feels a lot better knowing that George Pickens is playing and going to be healthy out there on Friday afternoon. Cotton Bowl, Cincinnati taking on Bama. Cincinnati about 2 touchdown dogs, big dogs in this game. No Mechie for Alabama. They will have Jamison Williams. My man take double shot at JMO. I think he's been the best receiver in college football this year. I think he's going to be, one of the top receivers taken in the draft, first round pick. He's one of the best athletes I've ever seen in person. Phenomenal player. Then they got Bryce Young as their quarterback, the Heisman Trophy winner. He's young. He's a young player. And so there's an element of him where he's played in big games. He says all the right things. He's a heck of a human being. I've got a chance to interview him on a couple different occasions. He's a tough kid not to like. He is a tough young man not to like. And they love playing that rat poison card. Everybody's against them, but they're not going to be able to do that against Cincinnati. Let's remember this. Talked about it before. Cincinnati, the strength of Bama is their receivers. That's how they've been able to score this year. They haven't had that consistent run game. Cincinnati's corners are really good. Sauce Gardner, probably going to be a second round, heck, maybe first, high third round draft pick. He's an NFL guy. He's really good. People love him. Scouts love him. Kobe Bryant, his other corner, Thorpe Award winner. He's really good. Very talented. I don't think they're going to ask either one of those guys to go out there and just say, hey, take care of these receivers yourself. Luke Fickell, defensive head coach, going to move some things around, play a little zone, play a little man, drop some, rush some, change up looks, try to confuse Bryce Young, the young quarterback. Get some pressure with him, move him off his spot, see if you can impact him. And then we talked about this, Bryce Young, the first-year starter. Desmond Ridder, he's been starting for about half a decade. He's tall, he's long, he's athletic. He's improved the quality of his deep ball. Cincinnati has some athletes on the outside, but his legs are the X factor for Cincinnati with what they're able to do. Jerome Ford, their running back, said he don't want to be called a Bama transfer. He's a UC Bearcat, but it is important. He was at Bama. He played really well against Georgia. This Cincinnati team played well against Georgia. Those things carry over, and that confidence is going to exude. And I guarantee you Jerome Ford is telling each and every one of those guys on Cincinnati, you're good enough to beat these guys. They're not Goliath. They're human. If you cut them, they will bleed. That will be the message that Jerome Ford will be out there producing, because a little bit of beating Bama is just the confidence and the ability to think that you can beat Alabama. That's how these big games work. And that's how it works when you're playing big time teams. It's a little bit Miracle on Ice-ish. With the United States playing the Soviets, Bama, the big bad Soviet, they winning every national championship. Nick Saban is a remarkable coach. I don't even know if it's debatable anymore with what he's been able to do. I think you can say he's the best coach in the history of college football. He does a great job running his team. He's one of the great defensive schemists of all time. He's fantastic. But let's not also forget about this. Luke Fickell, fairly young coach. Cincinnati's his first head coaching job, been down there 4 or 5 years. But when he was at Ohio State, he was on a national championship team in 2002. He was on a national championship team in 2014 that beat Alabama. 2002, the Ohio State team beat Miami, two of probably the better teams that you're going to see, in the last 25 years of college football. He was also on a staff that lost to Florida and lost to LSU in national championships at Ohio State. He understands how it goes on the other side. They lost to Georgia last year in the Peach Bowl. He gets it. He understands it. He has a lot more big game experience, maybe not all as a head coach, but as a coordinator, as an assistant, understanding the preparation for these games, the psychological mentality that you need to have, how to prepare your guys. He's seen it. He's seen it done by different guys. He gets it. He was there last year in a game that was similar to this when they were playing a team that everybody thought was just going to steamroll them. So I think that they have what they need. Their coach is going to be prepared. They have to start fast. But I'm excited for that game. I take the points in. I think it's going to be close. Maybe Bama throws another touchdown on at the end to put it up to 17 or 21. But I think it's going to be, hopefully a one-score game heading into the fourth quarter. And I'm Pollyannic by nature, and I'm probably overly optimistic when it comes to that. But that's where I think it's going to go.